Hey guys, this is Cuddle Snot, and I am here with episode 3 of the Redux of the earlier parts of my Darksiders 100% apocalyptic walkthrough. And in case you're wondering, I already have the original 14 episodes, and those are just recorded to my TV, because I made them before I had my HD recorder. And now 2 years later, and before Darksiders 2 comes out, I'm just cleaning up the whole thing, and I'm just re-recording the originals in HD. So, in case you're wondering how they lined up with the old episodes as well as the spreadsheet, this would be considered the very end of episode 6, what I'm about to do right now, and then through 7, and we'll see how far we get. The last 2 episodes were all the ones before that. So, here we go. Awesome kick. Got no words. So, as I said in the previous episode, if you don't need the health chest, don't get them. If you don't need them, don't get them. You can also destroy the environment for some extra souls, because you will come back. You don't have to come back here, but you will come back, and it's easy to access. So if you're low on health and need a quick revive, in between dungeons or whatever, just run back to one of those old chests. And again, there's plenty of chests. You don't need to worry about the getting the numbers for the open 100 chests achievement, I promise. Alright, let's deal with this belly flesh burster. That's what it's called. I like to call it the belly farter. Instead of farting out their ass, fart out their bellies. Get it? I know, very, very clever. I'm also very, very, very easily amused, as well as a very mature person. Hence the name belly farter. Like that. Get out of the way, get out of the way! Okay. So, even though we haven't seen it yet, these guys create sort of a shockwave when they die, so even in the air you can get hurt. So it's a good idea to get the frick out of the way when they, explode. Yeah. Okay, so there's a couple things in here. First thing that we can't get right now, actually, so I'm just teasing you guys with it, is that. We'll come back after we get the Shadow Flight, which will be in a little while. Probably within this episode we'll come back and get it. But one thing you can get right now is a Lifestone Shard, which actually we're going to get after we kill this guy, because Lifestone Shards heal you when you collect them. So we're going to get 2 birds with one stone. Kill this guy. Use the Earth Caller to kind of knock him on his ass a little bit. Alright, come on. That's right. Out of the way. See, I got hurt by the shockwave. Which I would have gotten out of the way. There wasn't a wall in the way. But okay, here is our very first Lifestone Shard. Hello, pretty baby. Skull Punch Face and Lifestone Shard. Collect 4 shards to create a Lifestone that will increase Ward's maximum health, aka Heart Piece. Okay, Heart Piece. Have to collect 4 to create a new heart container. Yeah, you know. Elbow. Nudge. I forgot the word nudge. Boy, that's embarrassing. Alright, let's get up this demonic growth and not deal with all these freaking zombies, because there's no point yet. Well, there's never really a point unless you need health. And there's another health chest if you need it. I don't need it. Kick open the door like a boss. Unless... Now we're in a loading area. Hello, loading area. And now we're at the cross... Scalding Gallow. Duh. Probably the most important place in the game. And the crossroads are the last area. Okay, so, fun fact, I didn't do this in my first run through because I was not aware of it, but behind me, or I guess right beside me, you'll see in a second, is what's called a bomb growth, if you didn't know already. What it does is when you have a crossblade, which is like the boomerang, you can make it explode. But you can also make it explode right now with a car. And up there is an abyssal armor piece. So, I get it later when I get the crossblade, so I'm not going to get it now. But you can take a car and blow it up and get it now. But there's really no benefit, because the only benefit of having all 10 pieces is by having all 10 pieces. So getting 1 piece now, you don't get any souls, don't get anything. Unless you started the run through with the apocalyptic armor, in which case all abyssal armor piece chests are filled with souls instead of the abyssal armor pieces. So, yeah, but I'll get it later when I have the boomerang, aka the crossblade.
Non straga sindora.
Do you know what's imprisoned here? There are things even you should fear, horseman. Once you were strong, but now you are weak and you are alone. The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even now, he moves his legions against you.
Then I'll make this quick.
Take this fool's
Awesome! Phantom General. So, your best friend against Phantom General is, by far, the Earthcaller. So, don't be stingy with that sucker. You also can't be too close with those weapons. But there's also points where you can't hurt him. Like when he blocks you with his axe. So, keep that in mind. Oh, he'll take my head, huh? See, like, now right now he's invulnerable. Although he'll still try to hurt you, you have to take care of his cronies first. See? Completely invulnerable. And I was trying to use, because I thought I had enough wrath for another sword from the ground move. Devastator move, but I didn't. So I look kind of foolish. Okay, dodge his move there. Not dodge that move there. So your Devastator can eat through, you know, his defenses, which is good. I just Earthcallared him again. And easy as pie. Drooling blood gargoyles, or barfing blood gargoyles, or spewing blood gargoyles, or some other definition of the blood of the orifice. Spewing out some sort of liquid. The pie hole spewing out some sort of liquid. Blood puking. That's puking. Okay, we'll go with Mark Hamill's puking. Sounds good to me. Oh boy. Somebody's not liking that blood. So I like how this whole thing's like set up for blood. So, man, this is some really... So, and he's still in prison here. I don't know. Like, so all you need to do to get him out of the hole is by pushing these things that... I don't know. Seems like a very unsophisticated lock system. That's somehow triggered by blood. But hey. It's Darksiders.
War. Are you here to play execution? They should have sent all four of you.
I have no interest in killing you, Samael.
Ah, the Destroyer. He's beyond your reach, beyond mine.
Has prison made you a coward?
Perhaps there is a way, but you will need to get inside the Destroyer's spire. The tower is guarded by four of his chosen. Bring me their hearts, and ask me no questions. My reasons for helping you are my own.
Where can I find these guardians?
First, seek the Twilight Cathedral, where the Bat Queen Tiamat has gone to roost. The whole of her domain is a blistered inferno. By land, you will never reach it. Find the high ground with this. And bring me her still beating heart.
Alrighty. Achievement unlocked. 23. Prison break. Awesome. Awesome. So, Shadow Flight. And this is what we need to get the artifact back in the library. So we're going to go there. These supernatural wings enable Ward to temporarily glide. After a double jump, hold A to activate Shadow Flight and glide. Glide inside shadow currents to soar high into the air. Achievement unlocked. Tenji. Chasm Jumper. Whatever. I really don't give a shit. Alright, so we'll come back and we will go to Vulgrim before we head off to the next area. But for right now, we're going to go straight back to the library. So, those are the shadow currents. Those blue balls of air. Shadow Flight. Activate War Shadow Flight in the shadow current to perform huge leaps. Awesome. And we will come back there because that's the next area to go to. But like I said earlier, it doesn't need to be a car, it just needs to be something. And aim it at that, you know, that bomb growth looking thing and it'll explode and you can get up there right now. But we're not going to do that for the sake of consistency. There's actually a viewer that told me that. So thank you, viewer, or commenter. I forgot who you were. But I have remembered, so I appreciate your input. But, yeah. So, right at this moment, I do recall there is a soul chest up here, so we're going to grab it. Skull punch face, get some souls. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now we're going to go back and get that artifact. Let's go get it. Walking up the stairs, kicking the door. Failing at kicking the door, then kicking the door, going through something. This is the song of how I am not very good singer or anything. How much health we at? Yeah, we'll take it. Let's go punch face, get some health. Coolio. So let's get up there. Let's get across. Jump, 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 jump. Alright. So I like getting, like I was talking about the abyssal armor pieces, and there's actually another one that we can get now that I don't get till later. You don't need to get right away, unlike, you know, this stuff. Alright, so this can be tricky. So I just missed. If I didn't miss, I probably would have said, oh, it's pretty easy. But no, actually, this is a pretty tricky jump. And actually, the first time I played, I didn't realize that I thought I needed another item. I didn't realize that Shadow Flight was enough because I kept on missing. But Shadow Flight is enough. However, you need the abyssal chain, aka the hook shot, to get over there. So don't worry about that yet. We will be back again. So you kind of want to inch towards the edge of this beam, jump, and hold down that jump button and get some Shadow Flight. Awesome. Artifact Soldier number 2. Cool. And from up here, jump over there. And you are in business. Doom, 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 doom. Kick open the door for the loading area. Although it's much better than loading screen. Definitely. Played some Skyrim. Way too much loading in that game. Whew! Although it's not so bad on the PC. Alright, so Abyssal Armor piece number 1 up there that we get later. Abyssal piece, another Abyssal piece is actually down here. And for the sake of illustration, no, I'll just go to the side and point it out. But first we're going to run across and get a Chaos Shard. Yeah, Chaos Shard. Sounds good to me. This is a nice little shortcut that you'll probably take quite often because you'll, you know, take a chosen Vulgrim location. Alright, so that's another thing I can explain. But that little shortcut's kind of nice because you often go back to Samael's area and then you come right over here and go to Vulgrim's place. So get some souls. Hey Vulgrim. Hey Hermes. But we will go there in a second after we get the Chaos Shard. Chaos. I always say that. Wrath Shard, not the Chaos Shard. Wrath Shard. Collect 4 shards to create a Wrath Core that increases war maximum health. So, I'm not sure what the Zelda equivalent of that's just like a different kind of heart container maybe. Magic meter, but you don't increase the magic meter that way. I don't know. Okay, so Volgrim store. What are we gonna get us some of? First we'll go trading this artifact. Cool. I don't think we need to buy anything yet. Yeah, we don't even have an empty bottle yet, so, or excuse me, an empty vessel yet. We don't need that enhancement. You can get it now if you want, but again, I like to hold off, because especially in the next area in the Choking Grounds, you need some pretty critical upgrades, but I'll go into that a little bit later. So we'll get some of that flip saw. Some of that harpoon tackle. Gonna hold off on the scythe, and again I'll go into what we need for the Choking Grounds in a while, because you get definitely get some more chunks of souls before you actually need it. All right. Farewell for now. Okay, so if you look down here, you can see that you can actually, see there's something down there, and down there is another abyssal armor piece. The easiest way to get it is not from here. It's actually to jump from up there and then kind of glide backwards. At least that's what I think. And then you can shadow flight back up here. I'm not going to get it now, again, for the sake of consistency, but if you want it now, you can go get it. But now we have everything, so we're good to go. So we are going to go to the Choking Grounds. After cutting up some freaking demons. Because I don't like demons. No, I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alrighty, let's glide across. So you can fight this guy if you want, and I do, because I want the souls. So, yummy. Get some of those car action in there. Good. I don't think I got that second. No, I did get him. Let's get a look at that shockwave. Boom. If you're within that range, you get in trouble, so avoid that at all costs. Especially in Apocalyptic without the abyssal armor. Whew! Some of these early guys can do way too much damage. Okay. Crush the skull. And now we're heading to the Choking Grounds. Alright, first thing in this new area. Easily missable soul chests. So skull punch face and get some more souls. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Lips smacking good. No, war doesn't eat them. Chaos leveled up. That was quick. Chaos Eater level up. Okay. So I guess that's a good place to talk about. So there's one achievement called Battle Hardened, where it requires you to max up all of your, or max power, or not, it is Battle Hardened. It requires you to max up all the weapon levels of all 3 of your weapons, which is the Scythe, the Tremor Gauntlet, which you get later. The Scythe, which you buy, which we'll buy in a little bit. You can see there's like 4 little things. It starts out none, and then you have to level them all up. So Chaos Eater doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, you can skip past for a couple seconds, spoiler alert, you get what's called the Armageddon Blade, which automatically maxes out everything. It's part of the story, you get it. And that counts towards the achievement as the Armageddon Blade. You don't need to have the Chaos Eater leveled up all the way first. So don't beat yourself up about it. However, you do need the other ones leveled up all the way, and there's no like upgrades for them. Okay, oakley dokley. So that thing can't get till we get the Void Walker, which is much later, aka the Portal Gun. Careful of this crushy dude right there. Give him a smack with your sword to stick him back in his hole. Don't fall yet, because then you'll fall into lava, which is never good. Swing across, and boom, you're Tarzan, you're good to go. Nope. Let's go with this bad boy first. You saw that was the flip saw attack, which is a very important move, especially with these smaller guys. That's how you get a whole lot of damage. Well, definitely probably the technique that I use the most is the sword uppercut, which like throws them up in the air, and then, or the demon edge or whatever, and then absolutely the flip saw. Alrighty. Doobly doobly doo. Choking Grounds. Hey guys! We're in the Choking Grounds now. How are we doing on time? Okay. Let's keep going. So there's another Vulgrim location, which later allow you to travel. You know, quick travel between areas. So it's a good thing to unlock them as soon as you get to a new area. And you see that big cross, you know, cross gravestone? There's 8 of those, and you destroy all of them for a lifestone shard. So don't forget about it. And actually, if you get this lifestone, there's 1 lifestone here and then 2 in the next little part. If you get, you can actually hit before the aerial predator area, if you know what that is. You can actually have a whole nother lifestone by that point, which is pretty awesome. And there's also two artifacts in this area. We're about to get number 1, which would be number 3. Artifact Soldier. Cool, cool, cool. Take care of belly farter here. Ow. Oh, I definitely thought I was out of the way of that one. No. There we go. Taste some of your own medicine, zombie bastard. No? You're not? Okay, good. I thought you were gonna get me before I pick him up. Should not be cool. Not cool at all. Alright, so what are we gonna do first? So we got, oh, we already did something first. Achievement. Okay, so, do another little counter thing here. Okay, so, gravestone number 1 out of 8. There's 8 of them. Although, it's really not hard to miss them because they're so, it's such a high profile. Well, that's number 1. And there's number 2, but first we're gonna get the second artifact right over here. I pull in this grave crypt thing. And down here as well is actually a Wicked K location, which I go into episodes much, much later. Not much you can do about him right now, and you can't actually hit my mic again. You can't actually encounter him yet. You have to encounter him later. But what he's like this little like Easter egg that gives you some souls if you defeat him. So you'll come back to do that as well as a couple other things. You actually have to come back a couple times to get everything as optimized as possible. Anywho, let's kill these bitches. These sword-wielding skeleton bitches. Cool. Artifact Soldier number 4, or number 2 for this area. So that's the 2 artifacts. Cool. So we destroyed 1 cross, right? Yes. So we're about to destroy cross number 2. And I like just like destroy cross, go do something else. And use those cards to your advantage, ladies and gentlemen. It makes life a whole lot easier in this game. Oh, see, he's already exploded. Friendly fire! Come on, give me some flips off. There we go. That's some good flips off. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So before we go destroy the rest of those crosses, okay. So here's the soul chest, but you can see how it's kind of black and dark. You know, African American. It's because when you go into the shadow world or use the shadow mask, it'll disappear. So it's instead of being only in the shadow world, it's only here. So you have to be careful. Because you won't be able to get it later as you're doing the shadow challenges when you're in the shadow world, as you'll see later. So you have to get it now, or after you complete the shadow challenges. So it's easier to get it now. Okay, so we destroyed 3 crosses. 4 crosses. No. That's the 3rd. 4th. 5th. Now we're just dashing around. 6. Actually, wait, that was... This is 8th, isn't it? Now it's that! Ha! I can't count! Woo! Woo! Yeah! I can still count, mothers! There it is, I saw it. Alright, here's number 8. To get the lifestone shard, and then we'll take care of all these suckers. Alright. Poor little bat, what did it ever do to you, War? Oh my god. So mean. Why? It's just a pretty little bat. Can't do anything to you. Definitely did something to it though. Poor guy. Destroyed. Come here, skeletons. Suck my flips out. Yeah. Yeah, that's my new nickname for my sexual appendage. Flipsaw. Don't know quite what that means, but yeah, that's what I'm calling it now. There we go. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Do not feel like dying right now. And am I gonna use the consumable? I don't know, maybe. Looks like I might be okay. Okay, come here, bitch. Nope, I'm good. Sweet. Alright, let's go get that lifestone shard. Do 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 do. Boop 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 do do do. Skull punch face. Life stone shard. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. What are we gonna do now? We are going, so we got the 2 artifacts, we got most of the soul chest. Okay, so last little area here before we go hit up Vulgrim. Alright, so there's a health chest right here. Guarded if you want to get it. We'll save that for later. There's also 2 other areas over here. Not really, one area and then this. So here's another one of these, you know, African-American chests that disappears when you're in the Shadow Realm, so it's just easier to get it now. And then here is I believe another soul chest and a chaos shard. And you'll also be back here when you get some more items to get, I believe, another shard if I remember correctly. And actually I don't know, but definitely an Armageddon Blade piece. I'm not sure about the other shard. Don't feel like fighting, just feel like getting stuff. And there's another black chest that I received. Let's get this chaos. Wrath shard, not chaos. Wrath shard. Wrath shard number 2. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That's right. Took out that sucker without taking 1 bit of damage. I am a boss. Not really, but good enough. Alright, see here's another area will come when you have the crossblade again. But not yet. Not yet. Okay. Climb up the growth. Let's go talk to this dude before we head to Vulgrim. Yeah, you can talk to Vulgrim in the Shadow Realm. I'm pretty sure. I think. I hope.
I have come for the Destroyer.
My brother spoke of your coming, but a powerful curse holds me now. I cannot help you.
Any curse can be broken.
Yes, perhaps. These servants of the Destroyer walk unseen within the realm of shadow. By their blood we are bound. By their blood shall we be free.
I can no longer move within the Shadow Realm. Much of my power has left me.
You need not enter it. I will grant you the power to see into the accursed realm for a time. But to what end? What hope have we now against the Destroyer's foul
sultry. Hope will not bring you freedom.
So now, we can see into the Shadow Realm.
Kill them all. They can't be that hard to find.
Nope, they're not, because there's these big, you know, lights, things pointing at them. Like the bat signal in Arkham City. But yeah, that's okay. So, I'm going to wrap the episode here, but I'm going to go walk to the living room first. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been Cuddlesnot episode 3 of the Darksiders 100% Apocalyptic walkthrough. Early episode Redux. Coolio. If you like this, I also have a spreadsheet for my subscribers. If you're a subscriber, send me a message, and I can send you a Google Doc link to a spreadsheet that has the list of all the episodes, including how these line up, these HD episodes line up, where I get each item, each artifact, each enhancement, all that stuff, and what areas I'm in, you know, that kind of quality information. So if you'd like that, instead of scrubbing through all the episodes, subscribe and send me a PM. Alright guys, this has been Cuddlesnot, signing off, and I'll see you again next time.